You had better be dancing. It's Friday. I know you always dance with me on Friday.
Oh,
come on, McGinnis.
But then the music stops.
Oh.
But then Director Mark stops.
I love
the music.
this. I love this open.
Director Mark.
It's good. It's got me. I'm feeling it.
Can we not bring the music back?
I want a new DJ.
I'll wait for the. he's going.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's taking it all the way back to the beginning. Even the beginning opening slate there.
Record on.
Sunrise extra, sunrise extra, sunrise extra, sunrise extra, sunrise extra, sunrise extra.
I like that.
We're getting a little crazy because the weather's going to get a little crazy with us.
Can do a little record scratching.
You know, I was hoping, actually, when I saw that Chris was filling in for Rod this morning, I thought, you know what, maybe Chris rolls into work this morning and looks at Sunday and goes, 100 degrees. What was Rod thinking? It's going to be 92. But no, what did McGinnis do? He took it up a notch. He took it to 101. So, anyways, the heat is the topic of discussion this morning, and we're.
Oh, we can get hotter.
Well, I realize that. The question, though, is if people want it to cool down. Are you good with the heat? Do you say the hotter, the better, or are you in the camp like Brenda that says, please, whatever it takes, cool it down? That's been our morning question since the start of our Sunrise TV show. We'll continue it here on Extra. You can also weigh in with how you plan to beat the heat. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this, right? Because I think what people are looking at is the 100-degree weather. And there aren't too many people who see 100 degrees and say, yeah, that's good. I think if it was,
except people with a boat. That's who we need to know.
Like I know Nina, who's also off today. Like Nina likes the hot weather, but I think she likes like 90s. Like a lot of people in Portland are down with the 90s because we don't get them that often throughout the year. But 100 is a different ball game if you ask me.
How about this? What do you consider hot? Some people consider 80 hot. Some people say 88's hot. The threshold for me is when I put 90 on the 7-day, I usually write 90's hot. That's my
threshold. I think 80's hot. Actually, I don't like it above 79.
Really?
I'm a little wimpy when it comes to the weather.
I don't think you're wimpy. I think the 70s, upper 70s.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Yeah, no, right. I also don't like it, Brenda, below 60.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for 61 to 79 every day of the year, if you don't mind, please. If
Princess,
we could be
I'm
really
not even
specific.
that picky.
I think you should move to the Oregon coast, Drew.
I've thought about it, Chris. That's funny you say that. What were you saying, Brenda?
I just called you Princess. I said I'm not even that picky.
I thought you were referring to a viewer on Sunrise Extra. I thought there was a viewer named Princess. Oh, thanks a lot.
Let me get on the stream.
I'm there right now. Behind. I can tell you we have Princess Jennifer Taft joining in as she normally does. Love you, Jennifer. Love your comments. She says, 100 degrees wouldn't be so bad in a non-pandemic world where we could go on the beach, serve up the drinks, not worry about the social distancing, right? I mean, that factors into everything now.
We can still serve up the drinks, girl.
Tiana Johns. Tiana says,
that was to one of my points earlier, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know it's hard because Chris is at home, so he's on that bit of a delay. It's always tough with the stream, but we will definitely, Chris, let you jump in here in a moment. Let me just really quickly mention Tiana Johns. Tiana says, I live in Burns. It says in Burns it's only going to be 97 here tomorrow. But she says she also has air conditioning. Yes. So, Chris, if you do want to weigh in, I mean, obviously you've been looking at the models all morning long. You've been monitoring the forecast for the weekend. And we have dialed it up a little bit for Sunday. So there's no chance of it going the other way, right?
I mean, when you get, into the upper 90s, does it matter?
No.
I guess that's, there's some nuances. Matt actually had 101 on the 7-day forecast. And one of the things that... I like to think that Matt and Rod do as well is when we put our forecasts out there, if you don't have a reasonable reason to change it, I don't.
Right.
I mean, and I can't argue against changing it. Matt put the 101 up there for Sunday, and that looks reasonable. By the way, the record for Sunday is 105. So at least for when I was joking that it can get hotter, we know it can. We're not that hot. So that COVID and social distancing point. Brenda, we've talked about this a lot. Forest Park is just a great place to go, kind of escape the heat if you don't have AC or you just want to get out and get some fresh air. Even on Portland's hottest days, that is kind of a little oasis. Obviously, there probably will be more people there, and mask up if you're heading to the park because you can't exactly social distance while you're walking down the Wildwood Trail. So just kind of use good judgment
but like
there.
under the canopy of those trees, you're right. It's got to be about 10 degrees cooler. It's beautiful.
So I'm watching.
You know,
I'm sorry.
It's at least 10, maybe more, and it feels a whole lot more than that because you're also taking just the blasting sun off you. So yeah, it's that's the place to be if you can't get to if you don't have AC or get to the beach or whatever. Yeah.
We can share some of your text comments in a moment. Real quickly, I just wanted to point out that Cheryl is watching us this morning. That's Sheryl, Cheryl. Good morning there, Cheryl. She says she would like 70s with 70s music and a backyard barbecue.
Oh, I like that.
I like it too. I can picture that right now. Little Doobie Brothers as I'm flipping the burgers on the grill.
The Doobie Brothers. I saw the Doobie Brothers. Who did they open, or who opened for them? I can't remember. Memorial Coliseum, like 1981. I'm sorry, I just had a flashback.
It's okay. Can I say something about the Doobies?
Yeah, please.
Was
I
it
like
Earth,
their
Wind,
music
and Fire
too.
by chance, was it?
Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Doobie Brothers would be a good combo concert. But what I love the Doobie Brothers and their music. Getting off topic just for a moment. But Brenda and Chris, what I think about first, when I think about the Doobie Brothers, I think about the appearance they made on a TV show by the name of What's Happening. Do you remember that? I don't know if you ever saw What's Happening or remember the episode where a rerun took the tape recorder into the concert and tried to bootleg the Doobie Brothers concert. But there was a line in that show that has stuck with me now for like 38 years.
What is it?
When one of the gang of What's Happening looked at, or one of the Doobie Brothers said to one of the members of the What's Happening gang, hey man, what are you doing in here with that tape recorder? And then they turned to the Doobie Brothers and said, hey, which Doobie you be? Wow, way off topic. Sorry about that.
Oh my! All right, we got to get back to our viewer comments.
It all started because Cheryl chimed in with her 70s music with 70-degree weather. Zip Whip text line. We've got the 503-226-5088 number that you can actually send pictures to or share comments to, and we have text from viewers that we can share right now.
All right,
How about
let's
this one?
do that. Yeah, so we are going to beat the heat by going on a hike somewhere cool. This was at Lucia Falls a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Kevin, Sherry, Chloe, and Bo. I love that little group. They're fur babies. And then this weekend, no slippers, and we'll be jumping in with my kids. That is a nice looking pool. Chloe is going to beat the heat cooling off in bed.
Is Chloe a dog? I can't see the screen that well.
Yeah, no,
yes,
that's
Chloe's a dog.
That's a tiny little picture, though, on my monitor.
I think it's a tiny dog.
Let's see. Michael Muller says, cool it down. I hate the heat. I'll be inside with air conditioner at full. Yeah, I get it. Me too. I think my house was like 65 degrees yesterday. I just kept cranking it down, and it wasn't even that hot. And we complain about the heat now, but come winter, we'll complain about the cold. Where is Goldilocks when you need her? I know it's never just right, is it?
Maybe sometimes. There's a few days of the year when I go, man, it's picture perfect. Actually, what was it? Tuesday evening? Tuesday evening we were out and it was about 5 o'clock and it was, I'm thinking, this is early August, almost mid-August, and it was cool. The sun was out. It felt great in shade. So I thought, man, this is a pretty perfect August evening. That was Tuesday. That will not be the case this weekend, though.
So, Chris, I'm trying to remember if I'm getting my forecast facts mixed up. Did Rod say it was going to be actually kind of humid, too, like on Sunday?
I don't recall. I actually didn't see Rod's forecast. It's possible the humidity creeps up a little bit on us on Sunday, but dew points are still going to be in the mid-50s. So when you talk about it getting humid, and remember that right next to you in that other box on the other side is another guy from Philadelphia that knows all about humidity, and you spent some time in the South in college, so you know about humidity. We never experienced that kind of humidity here in the Northwest, so it might feel a little muggy, but I think if anybody from outside the area came in, they'd be like, "This is great."
Right, somebody actually said that on our stream. I lost the comment, but it was like, I just came back from Phoenix. I really do appreciate our weather here in the Northwest.
And the difference between that East Coast heat and the heat that we'll see here this weekend, I always say, growing up, it didn't matter if you stood in the shade under a huge tree. When it was humid like it would be in Philadelphia, you were still miserable and hot. You could not escape it by going into the shade, right? It was kind of just still like grabbing you. But here, I don't care how hot it is, if you find shade, it does feel better.
It does. No, you're absolutely right.
I also have to point out
And a
real
little
quickly,
breeze
Chris,
too.
I'm sorry.
I mean, otherwise you're just sweating buckets.
Brenda, Chris,
You're
I'm
just
being
sweating
told by our
buckets when it's
producer,
that
Sam.
humid. I mean, it's like the kind of like where you walk out to get your paper in the morning and all of a sudden you've broken a sweat just going out to get the newspaper in the morning. That's what kind of humidity that the East Coast and the South feels. So luckily we don't have that to deal with.
I just want to point out, and I don't see this, you guys don't see this, but apparently there's some breakup in our stream this morning. Maybe some technical
I've noticed.
difficulties. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't even noticed that, so
like
we apologize for that.
black.
We still have the normal amount of viewers on our Facebook live stream, so thanks for hanging in there. And I don't know if that is affecting all of our platforms. If it is, I apologize.
Oh, I just found Mardell's comment.
Here's what Patrick will be doing this weekend. He'll be getting out the garden hose and spraying. This is what he did the last time it was 100 degrees.
Oh my gosh, what a cutie. How old is Patrick now?
We got him a little splashy pad, and so that figures to be the weekend agenda here at the McGinnis household.
Just based on pictures, Chris, just based on pictures I see of your boy on social media, I would not trust that kid with a garden hose in his hand. I mean, he looks like he would turn that thing on his family real quick.
No, he is straight up three-danger. He's trouble. He's everything a good 3-year-old should be, and everything that you wish he weren't.
Hey, maybe you can chime in about this, Chris.
By
because
the way, hey, I wanted to point out one thing too, because we had mentioned, with the hot forecast, like, oh boy, it's going to be hot this weekend, and then I mentioned, hey, by the way, Baker City was down to 39 this morning. Actually, Charlene from Enterprise called us in the newsroom, and she said that her thermometer read 31.5 in Enterprise, Oregon. That's way out in like Wallowa County. So just think about Enterprise while we forecast our triple-digit heat this weekend.
Yeah, okay, Drew, are you listening to producer Sam too?
Should we
I
pull
guess
the
our
plug?
connection is getting so bad they're worried that we're just going to go to black altogether. She said you may need to bail before we get the hook.
That's sad, Brenda. That is sad, Christopher. We have to put the clothes. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Now I'm seeing it. Okay, I see the glitches. So with that, we say happy Friday.
Bye.
Chris, we'll see you next week, filling in for Rod, I know, on Monday. Brenda, have a great weekend as
Hey,
well.
you too. Thank you.